For the Module 3 peer response, a strong point made by my peer Alexis was describing the myth of the vanishing Indian through Lieutenant Dunbar and how his character both directly and indirectly influences perception. I thought Alexis provided great vocabulary when giving examples of scenes supporting the vanishing Indian myth and gave clear and concise definitions to imperialistic nostalgia, the vanishing Indian myth, and the progress of time. The scene where Dunbar states he wants to see the frontier before it's gone is a great one to choose, as it implies the Indian culture and the frontier itself will soon be gone. This directly reflects ideas associated with the vanishing Indian myth, and by displaying the perception of an American lieutenant, this gives great insight into the thoughts of white settlers and pioneers moving or established in the West. Whether consciously or not, Lieutenant Dunbar has contributed to this notion of the dying Indian race and their inevitable disappearance from the frontier. By stating that Dunbar realized how the assumptions regarding the Indians were wrong, this point by Alexis really enriches his discussion, as people developed and believed a false perception to promote their actions of displacing Indians as moral and righteous, therefore supporting the myth of the vanishing Indian. Alexis's post is very well articulated and supported. One suggestion would be to add examples of perceptions from other characters or scenes in the movie. Although Alexis provides great insight into Dunbar's character and defines elements of the vanishing Indian myth, more points displaying this perception would really enrich his discussion. I believe there's a scene towards the end of the movie displaying Native Americans tracking their own people for the American military. This would be a great point and scene to bring up, as this directly reflects the vanishing Indian perception, but gives insight into a different perspective. The Native Americans at the time were forced to assimilate or vanish from the frontier, therefore they had to give up their culture and take on a new one. This scene demonstrates the effects of manifest destiny. As the frontier became civilized, Native Americans vanished, and those who were left had to give up their primitive culture to adapt into a modern American lifestyle to survive. By showing the evolution of the Native American and frontier from one of savagery to civilization, this would really develop his discussion regarding the vanishing Indian myth shown throughout the movie.